What's happening? Welcome back to the Past is Alive, and thank you all for joining me once again, as it is the first of the month, and that means it is time to swan dive and swashbuckle our way through a slew of 1990 Topps packs in desperate search for the legendary Frank Thomas NNOF front rookie and also error card I've been searching for the better part of my entire life. And in front of us here, we have a wax box, 36 packs to tear into. The last Frank Thomas had sold on eBay, it seems like fetched about $6,000 roughly for a PSA 3. So gives you an idea of the scarcity and also the value of this card. Without further ado, let's start tearing into all these packs and see if we can't make tonight the night. So 2 boxes that I had randomly stashed away inside of another box in my basement that I forgot I even had. But for a while there, I had a nice stockpile 90 Topps. It seems like the price of these continue to rise, around $50 for a wax box and even more for a cello. And key rookie cards we're looking for: Sosa rookie card, obviously, Larry Walker, Bernie Williams, and of course, Frank Thomas. Very first pack, we have a Dave Magadan, which at one point was the most pulled card of this entire series, as documented on the Google document on the Facebook page for TPIA. Tuna, Clinton, and everybody else, what is happening? Thank you all for being here tonight. Paul L. is also in the house, the director of records here at TPI. Maybe if we're lucky, we will win a trip to the 91 spring training. And I'm sure we're going to see some Mandela effects and some funny photos. There's a Saberhagen All-Star card, Sid Bream, Dan Billardello. I would have been pissed about that card as a kid, even though he was a hometown team. Bucko. Still hated him for some reason. Very first pack, or second pack, I should say. Bernie Williams rookie card shows up. One of the better ones in the set, but not the best one we're looking for. Put that one off to the side. And of course, maybe tonight we will unlock the secrets of the universe if we pull that crazy trifecta. Charlton, Henry Cotto in the time of his life, and Dave Cochran. Corey's in the house as well. And right off the bat here, Maiden's World of Wax says we hashtag Miswell, right? Maiden's World of Wax. What is going on, man? It's good to see you in here. There's a link for Maiden's channel. If you'd be so kind to check him out and give him a hit that subscribe button over there. He opens a lot of older stuff, like I do on here. Craig Biggio's second year card. Appreciate that, Maiden. Willie Frazier. This is a Tom Gordon second year. The third pack in, we have a Frank Thomas. I can see it already. The second year Tom Gordon Gold Cup. Kurt Schilling, not a freaking rookie card, but the precursor for Thomas and the wax packs is always typically Kurt Schilling, from my experience, unless the packs are searched. We have a Frank Thomas in the third pack. We'll put it off to the side and hopefully not give away. It's tonight the night. Josh Parker's hot pack. There is the debut of Topps magazine with Kinsake on the cover. Tim Laudner and Danny Gladden, that scraggly little mullet, accompanied by Scum Stash. Gotta love that. Jim Eisenreich in the bulbous jugular vein that always made me feel uncomfortable as a kid. Mulholland and Kurt Stillwell in that pack. Savagely ripping through these. Pushing buttons. Jonathan, what's up, man? Just became a channel member. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I thought I saw you saying in the chat before I started the stream that your membership was taken away. I'm not really sure why that would be. There's Ed Nunez. I'm sure Paul L. is looking out for cards that never existed. Tim Tuffle, checklist card, or what we call Mandela effects. Dave Valley, not really seeing any big-time stars yet. Mickey Hatcher, Joe Carter, other than the Thomas and Schilling. Travis Dowdy's also in the house. It's a Kurt Schilling on front, Frank Thomas. Travis Dowdy, thanks for that, man. I appreciate that. Travis also has a channel. Ripping over wax and stuff, and Corey could post a link to him. He's relatively new to making content, so check him out. Roger McDowell, Jim Abbott. I think this is still listed on eBay for $10,000. Some sort of weird error variation that someone's trying to capitalize on desperately. Paul Coleman, Jim Acker, Storm Davis, and a sweet throwback sweatshirt. Lasorda is pumped on that. And we have a Sandberg in here with some spidering creases on the bottom right corner that I'm obsessed with. How did that happen in the middle of the pack? That goes into the oddities collection, which I've keep misplacing. One day I'll make a video on cards I pulled from packs that shouldn't have blemishes like that, but they do. and I am now obsessed with them. A mess of things. Also in the house is, why were you uncomfortable with bulbous? Robert, what's up, man? Remember, for 27 freaking months, over 2 years. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was mostly just neck veins. I don't know why. Always creeped me out. Mariano Duncan used to hate him really bad around this time. Is there a crease in this one? I guess not. Ben McDonald. Rookie card would have been a big one back then. Clemens, Denny Jackson, Mackie Sasser. There's Mike Smith. Dave Parker, John Smiley, Rob Dibble, second year, of course, Junior Ortiz, and Jeff Ballard. Maine's World Wax, being happy is a choice. It is definitely true. Paul says, never seen that Mariano Duncan. Mikey G also in the house. Mikey G, what is going on, man? I think I missed something from you. It says, hey, John, let's see that let's see that 5-cent Todd Benzinger. Appreciate that, Mikey. You know what? I almost went there yesterday in my desperate attempt to find junk, and I didn't really come up with anything, but I almost went down to Maryland and was going to buy that card. Maybe I'll make that a video and make that the title. Traveling hundreds of miles to buy a 5-cent Todd Benzinger. I must have it. There's Abel and Giamatti. I was pumping that card for some reason. I don't know why, as a kid. Phil Stevenson and Limp-Wristed Antics. Brian Clutterbuck in that filthy sweat-stained hat. Bo Aldred. We also have Jonathan H. in here. Said, I never thought I'd say this, but after yesterday, I have to. Thank you, Baseball Gods, for the return of 90 Tops. Jonathan H. is with us again. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I don't really know if it tickled too many people's fancy for me to open up something that's not baseball cards. It was definitely fun, but also weird at the same time, because it's always hard to open up a box of something that you have no idea what you're talking about. Which I've seen that like with quite a few YouTubers as it is over the years, but didn't know like 80% of the dudes in that set, so it kind of makes it for a weird rip. Chris Carpenter, I'm calling Mandela effect on that. I've never seen that card in my life, meaning it did not exist where I came from. Mickey Templeton, Dave LaPointe, Jeff Blauser throwing some sort of temper tantrum in the dugout, and Domingo Ramos. Best things I said, I got my cards from the break recently. I still got a chuckle every time I look through a stack filled with Larry, Gary's, and Jerry's. There were quite a few of them in there. Jeff's is at it again. Added every single month in the first. Until my dying breath. Or until I just give up on life altogether and shell out thousands of dollars to buy the name on front. One day it may maybe happen. I don't know. Maybe the National this year. I do plan on going. This is Jay Buhner. Cal Ripken All-Star card. Luis Soho. Part of a unibrow going in there. Actually, that's a fully connected unibrow, so must pay homage to that. And we have some binder page propaganda. Andy Allison, second-year Biggio. Melito Perez, Jonathan H., who seem to have summoned him. Pete Harnish and Tom Hankey. We also have Yori Wan in the house. Yori Wan, what is going on, man? He says, sorry I'm late. Has there been a CWE Mitch Williams? That means Civil War era for anyone that's new to these rips. What about Glenn Allen Seal? No sign of Mitch Williams in his Civil War attire yet. Yori, I appreciate that, man. But I don't doubt that we will see him tonight, along with everybody else. There's Eric Hetzel for Floyd fan. And a Cal Ripken record breaker, Billy Hatcher, staring off into the abyss. Looks like he's possessed almost. Jeff Ballard, Jose Canseco. Propaganda piece. Alvaro Espinosa. Ed Whitson, who is definitely an omen here. Will Clark. There's Tat Padler. And Gary Carter. Ends that pack. Moving right along. Yuri wants, I don't think he's made an appearance for the last 2 months. Is that true? Daily Crosses, shout out to John for throwing extra Ricky Henderson in with my original purchase. Much appreciated. You're welcome, man. I'm glad that I could hook you up. Thank you for participating in the last auction. I might do an auction on Wednesday here. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Maybe I'll push off Whatnot for another week. I've been throwing some stuff together here the last couple days. There's Tom O'Malley. Cal Daniels and his fake face. Kurt Young, Mark Portugal. Is there a crease on that card? There's Dennis Cook, a second year. Myers, Barry Larkin, Seitzer, and an Omar Vizquel. No more but nots. Yeah, I was only going to sell off Kobe's and some Jordans, a big stack of those that I had, just to get them out of my house. I am frantically trying to do some cleaning around here, and it's going fairly well. I am going to give myself a pat on the back after my efforts for today. You can't tell. If I showed you the room right now, you wouldn't be able to tell, but the upstairs is looking a lot better. Earl Cunningham, there's Ted Power. I wish it was Ted Power's 90 Fleer with 2 offensive signs in the background. Mark Davis, Frank Viola. Binder pages again, Greg Brock, Saberhagen, Downing, and Baby Bird, Rance Mullenix ends that pack. Jose says he already pulled Frank Thomas. There is a Frank Thomas on the sidelines right here that we were going to take a gander at come the end of the video. Of course, just give yourself a tap on the back. The Tat Paddler reference. Eric Davis for Damon. Pat Combs was a pretty big prospect back then. Bob Nepper. Eric Yelding. Every time I see Eric Yelding, I think of Dean's Cards, and I think they priced the 91 Stadium Club Eric Yelding at like $10. One like recently. Eddie Murray, Mike Felder, Vance Law. How I hated him as a kid, and I still do, and I don't know why. Jeff Treadway, Ozzie Guillen, and I'm not seeing any Nolan Ryans, no Mattingleys, no Griffey. We got a Frank Thomas, but Joe B is pumped about that Vance Law sighting. I figured he would be. There's a Gwen All-Star card. Ken Griffey Sr. Maybe I'll take that to the Washington Crown Card Show and put a $20 price tag on it like other flea markets would do. Dave Martinez, this creepy side-eye. Fisk. There's Rex Hudler, who is very much still alive, contrary to what we deemed him at one point on this channel. Mark Grace, Treadway again, Joe Oliver, Darnell Coles, who I was definitely stoked on around this time, and Rock Reigns. Jared's House of Cards is shouting for Peely. Peely is definitely sitting on the sidelines, and he still reeks of cigarettes, which I don't think that will ever get that off of him. Not that I've tried. I'm a loner Dottie, a rebel. Peely's Big Adventure, what a classic that is. I never watched the newer one on Netflix that came out, like, a few years ago. I didn't want the legacy to be ruined. Wally Whitehurst, Mike Fetters. There's a Henderson record breaker. Kyle Abbott rookie card. Greenwell. The sweet Velcro hat. I've yet to see anyone wear that or see it anywhere. I'll look on eBay and see if there's any of those for sale. Scraggly Mullet of Robin Yount. Tim Jones looking a lot like Todd Zeal. Pretty sure they're the same person. Dick Schofield looks disgusted by that comment. Hershiser and Joe McGrain ends that pack. Corey says, how many Ripken record breakers have we seen already? That's very true. It's probably like 3. Paul L. is pumped right now. And Phil, what's going on, man? That was a terrifying entrance by Pee-wee. That definitely was. So part of the trifecta has now shown up. Mark Williamson in the X-Files background. Will Clark All-Star card. Sandy Alomar Jr. Stan Belinda rookie card. I think I have that autograph by him somewhere. The Big Mac Glossy All-Stars set. This is the mail away. So for $7.50, you get the whole friggin' set. That's pretty awesome. Tony Gwynn, Trevor Wilson, Rick Roden, Lamp. There it is. There's Mitch Williams for Yorty Wan. Mitch Williams. This is taken during the Civil War, as you can tell by the photo. And Lee Smith. Mitch Williams shows up, finally. Dufex, what is happening, man? Yorty Wan is pumped. A filthy, tattered gum stain on the back of there. Are we missing a propaganda piece in here? Pack searched. Jose Uribe, Jim Clancy, his hands on his hips. No sign of Sosa yet. Tom Kelly. It's like he stood on the cold for way too long in that photo. Kind of always creep me out. Looks like he has frostbite on his face. Wells Johnson, Jim Gantner, and a second year. A big freaking unit to end that pack. I was thinking about it, too, recently. I've never opened a box of 90 Tops traded here. I don't know if anyone wants that to ever happen. But, man, that set was freaking stacked back in 1990. And I have a box of it. I'm like, maybe I should open that. But what would we be looking for? Like John Oliver rookie or Dave Justice? Woody Herzog. Make sure you tell him Large Marge sent you. That part of the movie still freaks me out. Walt Weiss. And Tartable. I can hear a Civil War flute being played through that Mitch Williams card. The stack of 90 Tops is about to collapse. So we have 2 out of 3 of the trifecta. Schilling, Mark Williamson, looking for Mickey Weston, of course. And Nolan Ryan finally shows up. Corey Snyder. Kevin Ritz. Lois Einhorn, a.k.a. Mark Eichhorn. Greg Briley, Gold Cup, and Joe Price. I don't know if I've ever seen that Joe Price before. It's not really bringing back any memories. If the cards fall, just sweep them under the rug. I've been doing major cleanup on cards. So that box I bought off of some weirdo in Pittsburgh, weird off-rut meetup, I finally cleaned that up today. That was, I don't know how many months that was ago, but it is now being cleaned up. And I found a Kurt Schilling rookie in there. That was probably the best card I found in the whole bag. And yes, it wasn't, they were in a bag. And it was kind of beat up. I mean, there's a lot of other stuff in there too, autographed baseballs and stuff like that. But all the cards are pretty much crap. That's the same box that the guy said that I might find an MFing Michael Jordan rookie in. There's Julio Franco, Dave Steeb, Tony Gwynn. Seen a lot of Tony Gwynns in this box, which I'm not going to complain about. And I'm over scale. And that back. Must have stayed on the phone today. It's amazing how productive I am when I'm not on the phone. Getting all kinds of stuff done. Nolan Ryan, 5,000 Ks. There's Ken Home Run Back, as my brother called him. Mike Jeffcoat. Doug Jones and that burly, respectable mustache. Mark Langston. Propaganda Piece. Bob Guerin Gold Cup. There's a Puckett. And, of course, Stan Javier. And that very lovable and wholesome unibrow. Vaughn Hayes. Hated his guts, still do. Along with Vance Law, Van Snyder, and everyone else that had a name that started with V. So it seems. Jeff Juden starts it off. Rookie card. Joe's Card Corral. Where are you at now? I need you to hate that card with me. We hated Jeff Juden as kids because he was so cocky. At least Joe's Card Corral really hated him and still does. Sergio Valdez, creepy side eye. Jeff Juden on, I don't know what it was. It was on an interview or something like that, but he was all cocky and he's like, I forget what they even asked him. He's like, yeah, I could throw about 101. And just kind of like smirked and shrugged his shoulders. And ever since then, he was hated by us forever. Didn't take much, apparently. So one Frank Thomas rookie card is found. No Larry Walker. I swear Larry Walker's a short print. Steve World Order. That's very true. That was a thing at one point. Wally Backman. But one Frank Thomas has shown up. Dorky Ron Robinson. I was wondering when we were going to see him. Chet Lemon. Sweet Lou. Scott Bankhead. And Wooly Randolph. And that pack. We got, what? 5. We got like 14 packs left, it looks like. So a little less than half a box to find what the hell's going on with this collation. Never seen that in 90 Tops pack before, ever. That's super weird. It's like an upper deck pack from the early 90s. And led by Conquistador Julio Machado. There's Tom Glavine. Tim Tuffle again. Super baked Tim Tuffle parallel, I should say. There's Eric Yelling again. Must be an Eric Yelling short print. Dean's cards will probably point out. Chris Sabo, of course. Tom Browning. There's a Strawberry. Bonds finally shows up. Molitor and Andy Allenson. Julio Machado is now in jail for murder. Is he really in jail for murder? Joe Pieces, more adrenaline cards. I hear the masses calling for it. I want to get that case on there for $500. I'm obsessed with trying to pull some of those autos. My luck, it'll be all freaking rollerblading autographs. No Scott Scudder short print tonight. There's Treble Horn, Eric Davis again. Pat Combs, Bob Nepper having the worst hair day of his freaking life. Straight out of bed. Manuel Lee. Ron Kittle, Herzog, and Vince Coleman. I'll also be down for an adrenaline case rip. And they got one on there for $500. I'm like, that doesn't seem like a really bad price. There's like, I don't know, what, 24 boxes in there or something? Maybe there's more. There's 28, I can't remember. Mark Gardner, Future Star. Carlos Quintana, Billy Doran. Jeff Innes, I feel like that's his rookie card. Spanky LaValliere. And we got a Griffey coming up in here. Back-to-back propaganda pieces. Paul L. put them on the Omen watch list. I've never seen that in all my years opening 90 Tops. Mike Scotia, as someone might call him. Ken Hill, a Gold Cup Griffey, And it's the bloody scab card that the internet is going absolutely nuts over for the last few years for reasons unknown. Bill Swift, Polonia, Matt Noakes, and Oil Can Boyd. Maidens have never seen that either. Yeah, it's weird. But you would think if the box was searched, the Griffey would be gone, the Frank Thomas would be gone. Maybe they took the Sosa out. I don't know. Whoa, there it is. That was pretty crazy. Summoned that into existence, so Sosa rookie card now shows up. Weird. Chaos's propaganda on the Omen list. There's Greg Vaughn on the Omen watch list. Indeed, Sparky Anderson looks furious about us adding that to the Omen watch list, but it's only rightfully so. Dan Quisenberry, of course, has been an Omen for a very long time here. Jose Leaned would have been very pumped on that card as a kid, and I still don't really understand why, but that was my PC guy. I first started, Jose Leaned. I just want to be different and collect somebody that no one else did. That's probably what it was. But Gold Glove winner, but couldn't hit worth a toss. Robin Youts, Mike Stanton, there's Bob Kipper, Milt Thompson, Henderson, Dykstra, Jay Bell. There's Todd Benziger, not the Benziger I'm looking for, in a 5-cent price tag, penny sleeve at the Antique Mall in Maryland. No one buy that, please. Paul L. I did skip over Drew Hall from Futurama, directly off the set. Futurama characters were based, pretty, I don't know, I wouldn't say loosely, say pretty closely to his looks. Drew Hall also on Dean's cards list for I don't know, they have it valued at like $6 for his 89 per deck. Something ridiculous like that. There's Deion Sanders, not a rookie card. There's true rookies and 89 tops traded. Whether it be an extended rookie or not, it is his rookie. Kevin Bass, of course, shows up. Delonta Shields. Ed Whitson again. Lean, exact same collation here. Someone searches block looking for Mickey Weston. They definitely did. And, all the packs are suspect anyways. Dean's card sounds like straight rubbish. The only reason I know what it is, they're still around, but the only reason I know who they are is because of Relaxing ASMR, who is one of my personal favorites. And I really wish he would do another baseball card video, but if you haven't checked out Relaxing ASMR, and just type in cards and check out some of his card videos. Like he does card videos and binders where he's going through 91 Stadium Club set, pulling out the best cards. And he's got a list from Dean's Cards website of the best cards in there. And he's basing it off of that. And it's like, he's pulling out some pretty crappy ones that are worth nothing. Ryan Sandberg, Kevin Hickey shows up. The trifecta has been freaking completed. But I can't join them together because I'll give away the Frank Thomas. It's a true conundrum right there. John Moses, who is definitely an Omen after the Yak Pack rip. I saw somebody listed a Yak Pack box on eBay recently for, it was tonight actually, it was about an hour ago. I got notified of it. It was like $40, and I was like, I should buy that. But I remember getting a case of those for $40 shipped for 6 boxes. So it's kind of tough to buy one for $40, knowing it's going to be absolute garbage. Of course, it's time to unlock the portal. We do need to merge them all together. I don't know what's going to summon them. Maybe we'll summon like a 100-foot Pee Wee Herman. Been pretty sick. Winfield, Eric Plonk, of course. Couldn't open a whole box without seeing his ugly mug. Billy Hatcher, Honeycutt, Stottlemyre, Bobby Witt Sr., Ron Darling. There's a Sheffield Gold Cup. Paul Gibson, Brad Kaminsk. And is that pack? Jason McClain, there definitely is a Mickey Weston Air in 90 upper deck. I forget what it is. I feel like I have it, though. And look at that, Juan Gonzalez. I failed to mention him earlier. Juan Gonzalez rookie card shows up. So only one we're missing now is, what the hell's going on with this? Is Larry Walker. Will he show up in the last few packs? Ruben Sierra, we will wait and see. Greg Harris, definitely a fake smile there. Chaos says you single-handedly raise the prices of Yak Packs. I know I hate myself for that. Rob Deere. And that freshly groomed mullet. The $120 Roger Craig manager card shows up. So expect to see that in my eBay store for the reduced price of $110. Dean's cards is at Juan Gonzalez at $8. That's great. There's Giraffe Neck Dave West. I was always pumped on Dave West. Donnie Baseball, Roy Smith is a lot like the X-Files background, but he's not part of the trifecta. Ernie Witt scratching his back. Brumley and Albert Bell, not a rookie. The Glenn Allen Seal, we have not seen him, I don't think. At least I don't think we have. Does this rip have a sponsor? This rip does not have a sponsor. I am the sponsor. Rich Thompson. Jeff Robinson was definitely stoked on Jeff Robinson at one point back around this time. Henderson, record breaker, propaganda piece. George Bell, another Henderson, 2-in-1 pack for David Lacrosse. And Tony Fernandez, who left us too early. 3 freaking packs left. Corey V says any oil can boy. We did see a couple oil can boys already. But we have 3 remaining. Anyone for Taco Bell, if you could have only one. If it came down to it, I'd probably choose Taco Bell, which I didn't eat there today, which is surprising. I actually ate all 3 meals at my house, which is crazy. But in honor of my beloved Taco Bell, I must show this weird rollerblading card that was from yesterday. Love that Taco Bell signage in the background. There's a Big Mac finally showing up. Zane Smith. I don't love seeing that ever. That's what nightmares are made of. Dave Rebecki, Smiley, Gus Polidor. There's Paul O'Neill from Mikey G. Dennis Lamp and Junior Felix, who I had a big grudge against as a kid. I don't know why, but hated him. Absolutely hated him. We got 2 packs left. Unless it's on a clock. I'm probably going to go back to Rogers on Friday. So like I said, I got the whole week off of work. And my main goal of being off work, I think I have like 15 plus days I have to use before July 1st. Still at least 15, I think. So I'm like, all right, well, this week I'm going to try to organize my basement and my house. And then I got to open the pool, which I already started doing. But there's a bunch of freaking leaves that fell in there from the tarps. And now I got to get those out, which will be fun. Jerry Royce starts it off. Lemke, fresh after a cry. There's Pascal Perez. So that's my goal for this week, but I'll probably go to Rogers on Friday, I imagine. Because I didn't go last Friday, so I like to take a break between weeks. If I go every single week, it's the same stuff over and over again. And the last couple of times, I didn't really find too much. So I don't think I'll be taking any trips this week and just trying to focus on cleaning up the cesspool of cardboard. Last pack. What is it going to be? Of course, this will all be on next week's agenda. I hope that is not the case. I'm getting stuff done big time at an alarming rate. Grub sale will be next Saturday again, and no one will come to. If they do, they'll probably try to lowball me. So we found a Frank Thomas already. Bobby Valentine short print, apparently. First one seeing that in the box. Greg Maddox, Deion James. There's a Hawk, as Corey insists on calling him, and Jeff Reardon. What will be the float in the pool? We got to make a junk wax raft of some kind. We have to make a junk wax raft. But the slow reveal, we got the Thomas over here with Kurt Schilling in front. And the slow reveal also of the Mike Walkton East Coast National from 92. So sick that is imprinted on this freaking legendary card. That Bobby V was a PSA 12. Let's see. So the Frank Thomas is here. It has arrived. And it's a good-looking card. Is it going to have a name on it, though, is the problem. That's the problem. Can we find it after all these years of searching? I almost don't want to do it. Of course the name is there. As always, the never-ending disappointment kicks in yet again. Used to it very, very much by now, but not a bad box. As always, I appreciate you guys being here for the depressing and always fun rip. Looking for that legendary freaking area card that I'm almost completely convinced doesn't exist. The trifecta is here, so I'm going to see what that's going to summon. But I should have... Well, actually, we do have a rip tomorrow. We got 95 Bowman's Best. It's a retail box. 20 packs in here, ripping for rookies. Vladimir Guerrero, Scott Rowland, Andrew Jones. Also available in red and blue refractors. A bunch of parallels and stuff. One I've been wanting to open literally since I started this channel forever. I've been wanting to open a box of these. So I finally got one, and we're opening that tomorrow night. And then I should have an auction / baseball card sale on Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. I hope to see you back tomorrow night. In the meantime, we will keep ripping 90 tops until a drop dead or they're all depleted. So thanks again for being here, guys, and I will see you back tomorrow night.